So the recognition of our wholeness in our mind is the most important thing. And in our mind, when we recognize that wholeness, that very moment, the past disappears. Any story of abuse disappears. Any story of the world that is broken disappears. The other part of the story that's really important, he says, the Son of Man has power on earth to forgive sins. The Son of Man representing the human body, humanity. He says in this statement, I will say it my way, humanity, we individually have the power to change what is occurring. That was a big idea back then. He would have been killed if had that been heard by the right people, because that was blasphemy back then. Today it is not blasphemy. You're blessed to be in this consciousness. It is because it is not blasphemy to acknowledge, so this enlightened teacher is saying that everyone has the ability to set each other free. Everybody. You have that ability to set the world free. You have to do it for yourself first. And then you can begin giving it away to others. You see, the practitioners here that are trained, they are trained to know, and the reason you go see them, and the reason you do sessions with practitioners, is because you can go into their office and you can kick and scream and argue for your limitations. You can scream how sick you are, and you can scream how sick that so-and-so is all day long. And that practitioner will sit there, knowing your truth, being a consciousness that dissolves those lies, and just lets them come up and out. Because they practice telling the truth about themselves and another. And that's what Jesus, the master teacher, did. He practiced knowing his truth so profoundly that he could tell it about himself and another. There's so much sexual abuse going on in this society. There's so much broken in the area of our sexuality, if you look at the world. There's so much that it can disgust and turn your stomach to watch. Even watching this Oprah episode, watching the story about a man who was sexually abused by his mother for his whole childhood, turned my stomach to the point that we had to change the channel. I couldn't watch it. And yet I knew that I am here to heal it. I am here to own the world that I see, and through the practice of forgiveness and the recognition of God, that a shift will occur inside of me. I do not pay attention this day to what it looks like in the world of form, because I'm not ready. I'm a student like you. I'm a seeker like you. But I am ready to declare that I'm willing to be a consciousness of healing. I'm willing to let go of my story. I was sexually abused as a child, horrifically. I was sexually abused through a lot of my childhood. But that is not my story. That is the story I'm here to heal. And as I release it inside myself, I can help others release it inside of them. That's the work we're going to do here today, and I really invite you to participate in that. So I invite the practitioners who are a part of this ritual to come forward. In the heart of God, our mind, body, and spirit are cleansed of the stories we have been holding against ourselves or anybody else around our sexuality. We offer up our sexual being to God. And we ask God to use it for good. Use our essence for good, for joy, for the revelation of oneness. We ask that this part of our being be completely cleansed. Anything that has occurred, if you have been abused, it is over. It is forgiven. You are released. If you have participated in any abortions, it is over. You are forgiven. It is released. That soul is free. That soul is free. Any sexual act that you have participated in that has been less than holy, holy, holy is forgiven. You are free. You are forgiven. You are innocent. And you are free. Sit in this consciousness. Allow it to expand. And if the spirit of your being lifts you up to be blessed by a practitioner, then find your way there. Let the tears come, let the tears come. This is a sacred, sacred place. So grateful for the healing that has occurred. So grateful for our willingness to say, I am the one. I am the one who declares forgiveness. And I know that we are forgiven. We are absolutely innocent. And we are perfectly free now. This is the good news. This is the good news. We are forgiven. We are innocent. And we are free. Take a deep breath. Thank you, practitioners. Thank you. Thank you, Kim, for that beautiful song. So, there's an important step here for you. And we'll go back to the teachings of Jesus for a moment, because what he would say to them was, you're free. You're forgiven. Go and sin no more. Now that's confusing, because your human mind will think it means you have to be perfect. It's not what it's about. We're not talking about the world of form. Pay attention to your mind. Stop separating yourself from the love of God. That's the only sin. That is the original sin, that you are not of God. Stop doing that. Stop that. And everything else will unfold perfectly. I love this. This community, you blow my mind with how beautiful and perfect you are. So with that, let us sing I Release.
You guys ready for this? Yeah. Do this.
Big release.
There was a time